Welcome to our, I hope we're going to do it weekly now, right? Or monthly.
Well, today we are starting our new season for the Success Story Show. We have been a little bit busy with all the activities that we're doing with the chamber, but we're so glad that we are back.
Yes.
And now, like always, we're going to be doing a show every week, interviewing amazing people, successful people, like our guest today.
Wow. And our guest today was one of our featured speakers in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. I think that's great, great. We're very excited to have you back with us. Philadelphia was a huge success, and you were a star. So very good job. We're thrilled to have you. What we'd like to do is introduce your specialty and talk a few minutes about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Rezia Luke. My company is Dynamic Growth and Wellness. And what I do is I help people holistically heal through nutrition, to mental health. And we use aspects like regular food, regular herbs, things, just strategies in order for people to heal, especially entrepreneurs, busy business owners, moms, those people that are really trying to build their empire. So we show them how to do it holistically and it not be a burden, and they could get back to their family, make their money that they need to do and everything else like that.
That's exciting. And you've been doing this how long?
And I've been a nutritional therapist since 2014. My doctorate is in integrative medicine. So I work closely with dealing with people with issues, basically, since I went through my own journey. My journey was very crazy.
So she has a PhD. That's fantastic.
Well, she's a doctor. She doesn't have a PhD. She's a real doctor.
That's what I mean.
And you know what I was going to say?
You're the educator here.
What I was going to say is that I met several people that does, this type of wellness and organic food or how you should be eating, but they are not really professional in that area. They just become, experts in that without a specific background. I'm not minimizing that fact, but I believe that the fact, again, that you are a professional, that you are a doctor, you have a degree in that, it helps a lot in terms of the trust, because we know that we can trust you. We know that whatever you are saying is true because you have real data and information, not just because of your experience, but also the studies that you realize. So that is very, very important, especially in today's society where everything is so bad. And something that came to my mind is about my son. He's 6 years old now. And unfortunately, a year ago, he had appendicitis. But I was shocked because I never had in my life a kid having appendicitis. When I grew up, I never heard, I didn't have that. And I didn't even know what the symptoms are for appendicitis. Right. When he was going through all this process, we thought it was just a regular cold or a stomach virus. He ended up at the hospital with infection because it was a rupture. So really, really a scary time for us. But when we were talking at the hospital with different doctors and nurses, we were saying, why this is happening with children now? And they were saying, oh, no, this is now very often and very common to have kids with appendicitis. And I said, why? What is happening? And everybody came to the same conclusion. Is the food.
Yep, the change in food.
Causing a lot of problems.
Yep, the food has changed, especially for kids. The dyes, the chemicals, putting things in there so they'll want it. Then they always, in different groceries, they try to put it at eye level to the kids, that the ones that's colorful and stuff like that. And a lot of the colors like red dye and yellow dye and all that kind of stuff actually messes with the kid brain, in addition to high inflammation in the body. So that's exactly what's happening to the kids nowadays. It's not the same as the food before, because in 1999 is when they started the whole GMO type things and pushing more colors and more chemicals and more different things. And that's why now it's a wave of a lot of changes to even our body. Like I said, what they had before is not what they have now.
Amazing.
But you don't know what to eat anymore. Everything can cause you some kind of cancer. My husband became very, I will say, serious about what to buy. He doesn't want to buy whatever. And I don't want to go to the groceries, to be honest with you, because every time I buy something, well, you bought that. This has this ingredient and that's blah, blah, blah. So I have no idea what he's saying, but he takes care about what he's going to buy. So tell us, Rezia, what we should be looking at when we want to buy things.
Okay, funny enough, I have a shopping class because people always ask me this question. So usually when I tell people to go into the grocery, every grocery is actually have the same general makeup. When you walk into the grocery, in the front is actually the vegetables. Everybody should know it. As soon as you walk in, you see vegetables, you see fruits, you see everything. And then the middle aisle is where it starts becoming refined and different things that you're not supposed to eat, right? So when you walk into the grocery, into the vegetables and the fruits, there are different types. There's organic, there's conventional, then there's certain things at the side that can be genetically modified. If you look at the actual fruit, the PLU number is what determines how it's grown. So if it has a 9 in front of that 4-digit number, it is organic. If it just have that 4-digit number, it's conventional, and it could possibly have the more pesticides and different herbicides that's on that vegetable or fruits. In addition, if it has an 8 in front of that 4-digit number, it's genetically modified. So when you go into the grocery, the first thing you should really buy is try your best to buy organic. Organic, there is organic stuff where it has cross-contamination. So it's near farms that sometimes have pesticides and herbicides, and you still have to wash it. So even though they said buy more organic and different things, yes, buy more organic, but you still have to wash it. When you buy anything that you buy, fruits and vegetables that you do decide to buy, you have to clean it off with baking soda and vinegar, and you let it soak. That will break down the pesticides, the herbicides, the wax, so they can make it look good for you to buy. So you can actually get it. So even if you get a conventional fruit or vegetable or whatever else, soak it longer, soak it more, buy stuff with seeds, because a lot of the stuff that's seedless are the ones that's more manipulated. And buy, of course, more fruits and vegetables, and you try your best to do that. If you go into the aisles, in the middle aisles, because, you know, we love pasta and stuff like that. So I'm not going to act like I don't. You just don't want to buy refined pasta. Maybe you want to buy one made of chickpeas flour and just chickpeas flour or lentils flour or something like that, instead of the ones that enriched wheat flour. Those are the ones that's actually causing issues with your gut and causing issues with your brain because of the excess amount of gluten and the processing to your body. So again, I eat pasta all the time, but it's what type of pasta? It's made out of chickpeas, it's made out of lentils, or it's made out of millet. It's made out of different things that are not refined or overly processed. And I do buy those organics as well. If I look at a label in the grocery and there's some type of name, potassium brominate, citric acid, natural flavors, I don't pick it up. Because I have no idea what those things are and what it's doing to my brain, especially if it has red dye number 40, yellow number 5, blue number. I literally put those down one time because, again, it messes up the brain. A lot of kids now have ADHD, autism, hyper disorder due to those coloring and the chemicals. Because I also have certification in speech language pathology. So I deal with a lot of kids with ADHD with a mixture of an autism and take away the gluten and the different things so they can function better nutrition wise and then be progressive in school or just trying to be independent. So the food even mess with us, even though we don't see it. As entrepreneurs, it brings down our focus. And if we can't focus on what we're doing, guess what? We're going to lose the money that's coming in and our business is not going to go where it needs to go.
Focus.
And this is one of the problems that in general and at a global level, we're living the type of food that we're eating. Now I see, through the decades, more obesity, like you said, health problems, heart attacks, those things that are happening all the time is because what we are eating. And you don't realize that these things are important until something happened to you. But like I said, with my son's case, after I had this episode, I said, you know what? Maybe I should pay attention more of what I eat because it's true. And then when you start having problems with your stomach, definitely you need to pay attention because your body's telling you what is happening with you. You're giving me
yes.
But now the question for you, Rezia, is because a lot of people don't do this type of organic style because it's expensive or maybe it's difficult to do it. What you can recommend all the audience?
So 2 things. Stuff that's organic, and I'm going to say that because people say they can't buy organic until they realize it's a myth that a lot of organic stuff is expensive. It's just the type of stuff you buy that might be expensive, that might be so-called vegan or plant-based because they're trying to get more money out of it. If you buy, so I was using this example for someone because I use scallion and stuff like that. The conventional grown scallion might be 79 cents, but the regular scallion might be 99 cents, but you're very hungry and don't want to pick up something like scallion, but you'll go to McDonald's and pay $15. So it's a mindset thing on what you decide to do or where you decide to go. A lot of times I tell people if they're buying certain things, you can look it up on Amazon. I go to Costco all the time. I go to BJ's all the time. Trader Joe's have a lot of organic products and stuff for lower. Whole Foods, a little sketchy sometimes. They're here and there if you catch them on a sale. But I'm always in places buying it in bulk, buying organic stuff in bulk, buying certain things in bulk, even looking at stuff on Amazon to see if they have something that's cheaper. Going in our regular grocery store, and if we buy stuff conventional, like I said, it's just soaking it and getting the stuff that we need in order to put the stuff together. Just watch out with the chemicals. Just read the label. If it's not organic, read the label. If it, like I said, if it's a long title, if it's long, do not pick it up. Just buy something that's a little bit shorter, things that you could understand, words that you understand. If you don't understand the word, trust me, it's not something that you want to have. And I'm a cheapie.
Ingredients.
No,
when you buy something, it's like, oh yeah, this looks good.
The front is for entertainment. The front is for entertainment. It's for you to buy. When you turn it around, you're like, but I thought it was organic, but it has a chemical in it. All organic stuff doesn't mean that the FDA does not allow certain chemicals to go into the product. They do. So you still have to read the label.
Absolutely. When you were mentioning about washing the fruit and vegetables, you mentioned about baking soda and vinegar. I heard about the vinegar where actually my mom was doing that. I said, Mom, what are you doing? But now I'm like, I'm not going to tell my mom you were right. But I didn't hear about the baking soda. I thought that you cannot actually eat that. So if you wash it,
you're washing it, you're soaking it, and then you're washing it off. So you're soaking it in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to break down, because remember, it's wax and stuff. There's wax and stuff over those apples. There's wax and stuff over those pears. So you want to break down that, you scrub it, and then you get it off, because you're putting it straight back through water. Because you want to get up all that stuff that's on there, the herbicide, the pesticide, you want to kill that. So yes, baking soda, vinegar, all that actually helps. Some people use lime. Some people just try to use lime as well, because you can use lime because it's something that's a cleaning product. Some people use cleaning to clean different stuff instead of using those contaminants that are around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, so stop looking for 2-for-1 sales.
Yes, I'm the first one there. 2 for 1.
That's wild. The other thing they did, all these things that are impacting is mental health, because it's really ADD can turn into more serious mental problems for the kids. So we're really seeing a big increase in teen suicides, all due to mental health. Not that there was originally anything wrong, and they weren't born with all these things. It's through their snacks. I mean, what do they eat for snacks? I mean, your daughter comes in with a bag of candy this big.
I could talk about snacks, honey.
Go ahead.
I am a snacker. I am a snacker. So I'm really gonna say that I'm a snacker. So there are a list of snacks that has been converted to or plant-based snacks that's actually helpful, that don't have a lot of chemicals. Like hippies, like, you know how we used to have those cheese curls or the cheese puffs? And we used to love that when we were younger. So I didn't even act like I didn't. They have a new one that's made out of chickpeas. Instead of it being made out of the regular wheat and the cheese that's actually, and the gluten that's stimulating the mind of the child to not think. They have hippies and it's just like a puff. There's also one called Vegan Rob and it's just like it. I had to put a video right on Instagram, a little kid, she just all eating it, all like crazy. Then there's little fruit snacks that you could actually dry if you decide to make it yourself. You can actually use like mashed like raspberries and stuff and put it in a dehydrator, and that can come out like fruit snacks for your kid that you can actually eat. In Whole Foods, they actually have some dried fruit snacks as well. So instead of those other fruit snacks that's all full of sugar, you can actually take it and actually buy the ones that's not full of sugar, and it's the actual fruit itself just dried out, because kids like those little things that they want to play with. Then there's popcorn that's a little bit cleaner, the boom chicka pop. It's only exactly what it's only 3 ingredients, exactly what it said. They don't add those extra stuff to it. There's gluten. There's a ridiculous amount of snacks. You have to watch stuff of the inflammatory oils, which is like canola oil, palm oil, vegetable oil. Just try your best to avoid those type of things and things that have 3-4 ingredients. Because I'm a West Indian girl, so I like plantain chips. I'm not even gonna say I don't. So I'm a plantain chip person. So it's something that you just have to pay attention, because I definitely am a snacker. And then you can make a lot of the stuff yourself. Blending mango, because I make a lot of ice cream personally. Because a lot of the vegan or regular ice cream have a ridiculous amount of sugar in it. So it's not discriminate because it's vegan or whatever else. You still have to read the label. So what I do is, if I'm making ice cream, I'll do like a 3-ingredient ice cream. I'll take dates, mango, and coconut jelly, or I'll take mango, cashews, and dates, and I'll blend it together into a nice little smooth form. I put it right in the freezer, and I'm scooping out ice cream, giving it to kids, and they have no idea there's only 3 ingredients. A lot of times I'll add a little vanilla, I'll add a little nutmeg. I'm good with soursop, because again, I'm a West Indian girl, so we use soursop a lot. I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called in some other countries right now for some reason. But I'm a tropical fruit girl. So all the stuff that's nice and a little sweet, those cherries that we have, bananas, I make a whole leap of different type of ice cream.
How do you find time for, to prepare all these things? You're a busy person, and that's another thing. People work, they have full times, or they are entrepreneurs. How they can find time to do all this? What is your advice for them, Rachel?
So my main thing is create a schedule and create a time to meal prep. Take 2-3 hours, and I usually do it on Sunday personally, to meal prep. So, and I make things that are simple. Like my ice cream only takes 5 minutes to blend the whole thing together. It's just putting it into the freezer, and then you're just waiting for it. A lot of the stuff people just have in their mind that it takes a lot to do, but it really doesn't. Making a smoothie for me takes about 10 minutes, and then you put some in the fridge and put some in the freezer. You're making a whole bulk all at once in order to do, because I go from 7 a.m. in the morning to sometimes 7:30 at night. Because in the morning I help a lot of my clients, and then I go into schools and I help kids, and I help them at my office as well. So I meal prep, I'll do little bowls, and I'll do it all on Sunday. And the ones that I feel that I cannot, I get a Ziploc bag, and I put all the stuff like I need for my juices, or I put the stuff in the smoothie, what I need for my smoothies. And when I finish in the gym in the morning, I have the blender right there. I throw it in. I run into the shower.
You go to the gym in the morning and you work all day. Wow.
And you cook and you have kids.
Yeah.
Superwoman. I like it. Superwoman.
So, but sometimes you can't do that all the time. So you have to find a designated person that's willing to probably meal prep for you in the way that you need to be focus, be able to do the stuff you need to, and put it together so you'll be able to have it for the week. But having it at the beginning of the week and planning out your week and having a schedule is extremely important. Like right now, I have my water with me at all times. Like I'm making sure that everything is good with me, you know?
That's awesome.
And it's important also, like you said, you need to organize and plan in advance. Because once you try to do it in the morning, it's gonna be too late. You are running, you have a specific time to do things, so you need to organize and prepare one day before at least, for the whole week. Rezia, why you decided to focus on this sector in health, like more about the food, the wellness? What was the reason, the cause, why you decided to do it?
So this definitely goes into my story. So basically, as when I was younger, I was molested and raped. So basically at that point in time, my head was destroyed. There was a lot of trauma that actually pulled me down mentally. I gained a lot of weight. I was throwing up every day. I couldn't make the money I needed to. I was just masking the pain by doing all of this. And then one doctor said to me, wait a minute, your vitals all came back good. They did a colonoscopy, they did an endoscopy and everything. And they saw nothing wrong with my stomach. With me throwing up all the time, they saw nothing wrong with it. And they decided to say, hey, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? So that's when I took away certain acidic foods. The doctor took away certain acidic foods, and they made it in a way where I can be better. So, and then I became a nutritional therapist. I taught myself how to eat food. And then I started working on my mind and my mindset. My mindset was one of the biggest things that I worked on. And then when it came to food, I put that together and I am here now.
Wow. I love your story because it's like you had a challenge, a very difficult time in your life, but you didn't give up. You overcame that problem, that situation, and you said, I can do better. And what you did is fantastic because I don't know how can you say that you were overweight. You are so skinny, right?
Yeah.
I was 60 to 70 pounds heavier than this. And I just was determined because I put my mindset back together. I'm going to heal. I don't care what's happening. I'm going to heal. Even I have to run to this school to help these kids learn about food, learn about whatever. Cause that's when I was doing nutritional therapy. I was dealing with speech therapy first because I was a speech therapist. So I was said, no matter what, I'm going to put this in a way where I'm able to put it together in certain ways. I'm sorry if it's blanking out or whatever else. I have like so much stuff happening at the same time. So yeah, so I was just very focused on just making things happen.
How this experience you had in the past, bad experience, of course, is helping you now to help other kids, other teenagers, to feel like the life continues. You can, whatever happened in your life, you can keep going. What activities are you doing to help the community, Rezia?
So a lot of times, I do a lot of like food drives. I personally, and this is just my personal thing, I actually cook and give to homeless shelters, and that's the separate people. A lot of people don't know that. I was doing that since 2008. So I'll just take from different places. I'll have places donate to me, and I'll make pies, I'll make cakes, I'll make different things. I'll cook food, and I'll give it to homeless shelters. What's something that I do now, which is separate, which is part of the business, really, I go to different places and I just speak about what they need to do about health. Just health in general, reverse diabetes. I have like a program where I reverse diabetes and deal with cancer, and showing how like certain foods that we have in the community is actually knocking them down. And that's one of my charities. So I put a charity together that's pertaining to it, and then I help other people do that as well. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Maybe something that you want to ask related with the business?
Yeah, I think that our challenge today in business is time.
Yeah.
So we're so busy that we don't have or make the time to take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We're going from 6 till 8 sometimes, and one thing after the other, which we also need to balance our time because we need breaks throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So in those breaks should come healthy snacks that are going to get you through the day without the coffee or the Coke.
Is coffee good?
No, coffee is not good. Coffee nowadays has turned into a drug. People use it to mask what's really happening to them. If they're tired and they're fatigued, they need to rest. And if they're using coffee to basically try to see that to focus, then a lot of stuff is not going to go right because they're actually wearing their body down. So it's like a stimulant. Think about it like a steroid. Huh?
Are you talking to me?
I am.
4 cups of coffee.
There are a couple of herbs you could have in actually exchange. You could have maca. You can actually have matcha. There's a lot of stuff that will give you energy if you want it for a temporary purpose that's a little bit better. Ginger gives you energy. So there's a lot of natural stuff that bring down your inflammation that will give you energy based on that. But if you're using it like all day long, that means it's time to sleep, honey. You need some rest. You need to relax. You need to take that time.
I can't believe. Did you see her? She is full of energy.
She doesn't stop.
It's
only 10 o'clock, 10:45.
What can you recommend people to drink or eat to have this energy? Especially, after 40, I think your energy start coming down. Like it's not the same. So what is the best thing they can do considering they are working all day?
So there's 3 things you need to have in place no matter what. Your sleep, because we like to neglect sleep as entrepreneurs all the time and don't realize that's what we need to recover in the sense of focus and our body. Sleep. Everybody's different with time, and 7 to 8 hours is the rule of thumb. 6.5 you can get away with, but don't do 5. 5 will not help you recover and be as focused as you need to. If you want to blitz out one day, that's fine. 2, the right foods. There are different brain foods that we need to have, blueberries and different type of herbs like moringa and ginger and just all these different things, like even the herbs that people don't talk about, which is like maca and matcha and all these different things. These are stuff to have in the morning, some teas. Like I have a tea that I call the boil down. That's what I call it. It's an immunity boost tea. It actually helps with like different things like my immunity, my gut, my mind, my everything. And I put things like hibiscus. I put hibiscus in it. There's ginger in it. There's cloves in it. These things to help me my body so it can be boosted. There's moringa in it. So these things help with a whole or different things all together. Some people decide to fast in the morning. I'm one of them. I do intermittent fasting most of the time. So I drink mainly water. Yeah, with energy, it's only water that I'm boosting off of this energy with. Because it's definitely, since I exercise and stuff in the morning, I give myself one of those things to cleanse. And around this time, if I want to, I'll have like watermelon. I keep myself light because if you're eating something heavy in the morning, like refined pancakes, that bacon, egg, and cheese that people love to have and stuff like that, it actually brings it down because of the glucose level going up, the insulin spike from your pancreas, that actually brings it down. And we call it the itis most of the time. That actually is the type of food you eat. So it's bringing down your energy level all together. And you don't want foods that bring down your energy level. So your diet is very important. And then your time to take breaks. Your time to take breaks will give your energy up because you need those little rests, 10 minutes, have that little time for yourself that's in between in order to keep your energy flowing how it needs to go and your focus how it needs to go. Wow. So those three things are actually very important. And throw that exercise in because, of course, exercise always helps.
So you know what? This is a pow meeting for us. We don't do anything.
Right. You made my week now.
Too much coffee. Tell him.
I'm gonna replace
you know what?
Coca-Cola.
Let me give you a little tip. As busy entrepreneurs, we a lot of times don't exercise because we don't have time in the morning. If you take 2 to 3 minutes every hour, you can actually get 20 to 30 minutes in of an exercise sitting in your chair, moving your hands, moving your legs, moving your abs. 2 to 3 minutes, you put an alarm right on your phone or your watch or whatever. 2 to 3 minutes, you stop. All right, this hour is done. Let me move my waist a little bit. You see that little punch you have in your stomach? You just twist a little bit, move your legs a little bit. You might.
No excuse, Alpha. Okay. Starting today, no more pizza.
I make a good pizza, a good vegan pizza.
You should open a restaurant.
I heard that so many times to open a restaurant. My assistant always asking me, when you gonna open Rezia's kitchen?
It's perfect.
But it's true. It's a reality. Now we're not really paying attention to what we eat, what we drink, and when we try to change, it's too late because we already have a lot of health problems. And I believe now we are living in especially in medicine, preventing medicine. So we're trying how we can prevent future health problems, and I believe that's what Rezia is doing now. So what is the type of patients that are the patients that you are usually help and serve?
So the people that I deal with normally are entrepreneurs. That's who I target. I work with people that have like mental trauma, that's then emotionally eat all the time, that go into where they don't feel well, they get diabetes, they get cancer, they're weak and stuff like that. And I show them exactly what they need to do, how they need to eat, what's their mode. I actually go in and make sure they throw out all the stuff in their house, go shopping with them and show them exactly what they need to do in order to be better, especially when they're busy. We have something called the personal chef experience. I have other chefs plus me that actually go in every on a Sunday, mainly on a Saturday and stuff like that when we're designated. And I actually show them what they need to eat. If they can't do it, then we deal with like a meal prep, showing them like a meal prep stuff, and then we help with them like deliver or show them different things like what we have. So we're like in-home, in-house, in your face type thing to make sure that we keep you accountable of what you're doing and stuff like that. So
I love that. I never heard about that. No. I never heard about a coach that is going to go through all the steps with you. But what you mentioned is something very, very important. You start everything with the mind. So you don't go through the process. Oh, okay, so this is the diet. You really think about the mind first, take care of the mind, and then you go through the process of, achieving the change.
Yeah, you make a commitment. You make a commitment to do something.
Yep.
and you follow through.
And it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet, because to me,
Lifestyle.
diet will mean that you'll be dying all kind of stuff with whatever you're putting yourself through. Make it a lifestyle change. Go through a process. You start with this first, then this, then that. Like, it's not a bombardment of it, because most diets tell you this whole list that you have to try to follow, and you just be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this.
That's
We just transition you and show you what you need. If you want ice cream, let's make a healthier version of ice cream. If you want chips, let's make a healthier version of chips. If you want pizza, let's make a healthier version of pizza for you. I'll mail it to you next week, okay? Just remind me.
I love it.
Lifestyle.
I love it.
That's
So,
what
yeah.
the word lifestyle. Change the lifestyle. Not change your diet. Change the lifestyle.
the lifestyle.
Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Rezia, in terms of your company, because you are a very busy entrepreneur, you have also colleagues, you have partners, you have employees, or you are looking all the time to recruit more coaches. How do you do your business?
So right now, I have chefs that I deal with. I have an assistant, and then I have a team. A lot of the stuff, because I don't have a drastically big company, I have a smaller one, because anybody that comes into my company, I want them to understand what they're doing and how we're doing it, because we're people that show love and compassion a lot. So that means if you're coming in just to work and you don't understand people and understand the disorder, the disease, their problem, or whatever else, it's not going to work. So with me, I basically talk into my people. Sometimes we meditate in the morning. We talk about stuff. We talk about prayer. We talk about even if they need a day of a mental health day. Because if they don't know how to put their self together, then how can you help other people as well?
Absolutely.
So it's a small, and we have a personal trainer. Again, everything is small. A lot of the stuff is, I have a portal, a class online. I have a mentorship online. So a lot of the stuff, they have a portal where they can see different things. They have videos that's already created. They have a PDF that they already have. But then they'll say, hey, read, do you need this? I don't understand this. This is how you do. Oh, I got it. Yeah.
I was going to ask you that if you can have patients online, or they have to be in the same location you are.
No, it's online. It's online. And then the personal chef experience, that what we do, because wherever they at, say if they're California, I would fly to California for that weekend, take care of whatever, and then I come back to where I'm at. So that's what we usually do.
Superwoman.
We are very impressed with your
Nice.
talent, with your experience, but especially with what you are doing in general for the community, for the business community, for people.
Impacting
You are touching people's life every day, and that is so important, Rezia. We appreciate a lot your time, taking the time to explain all these important elements for people to live better, to eat better, feel better.
And do you have a book? Have you written a book?
I actually have many little books. I have recipe books, dip guides, a mental guide. I have a lot of smaller things, which is attached to the mentorship. Everybody's in the mentorship, they get all of those things.
And what's the website to look at all this?
So right now we're actually revamping it, but dynamicgrowthandwellness.com and degrowthandwellness.com is where it's at. But right now, since we are rebuilding, the site is down periodically right now as we rebuild, because we wanted to add more. So I just did new videos, adding more plus to people and all that kind of stuff, because I just wanted, and we got another trainer. So people that want to exercise, and then another set stuff with food. And we just added a retreat, which is in Jamaica, September 27th to September 30th. So that's one of the biggest things of having the retreat that a lot of people is going to be at. That's part of the mentorship now too.
Good. Well, what did you get out of this?
Well, a lot of information, but I definitely want to be part of this movement that you started, Rezia. We want you to be part of this activity with the Global Street Chamber, with the Successful Women in Business. You are already a member of this concept. You were a past speaker in Philadelphia. Hopefully you're going to be doing more presentations in the future. Our next event is going to be California, talking about California.
San Francisco.
Yes, and this is just the beginning, because what you need to do is to teach people what you said today. Share with people what you did today, because they don't know, they don't understand the importance of changing the bad habits.
No, and she presents it in such an easy way to understand. You listen to some of these experts, the first 5 minutes I lost them, but everything we said I actually understood.
Write down
everything. One thing that I love your tip that you gave us. Every 5 minutes, take an hour break. That was the best part of the whole thing.
No, she
Every
said
5
every
minutes.
hour, 3
I would
minutes.
say
Oh, so it's every 5 minutes, take an hour.
every 5 minutes, take an
What
hour.
is it?
That won't even
He's
calculate.
about student. He's about student, Risha.
He needs a rest. He needs a rest and get off of that coffee.
You need to
There
go to
you
Puerto
go.
Rico, where we're going to have people from many nations in Puerto Rico to do a conference. In October, we're going to Puerto Rico for a 4-day convention.
Oh,
All
yes, the
into
25th.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking to you after the interview.
So
We have
many
so many
things.
things to share with you, but we appreciate the fact that you took the time
Yes.
to share all this experience and
Wonderful.
information with us, but especially to share your story, to share what happened to you and how you overcame
Amazing.
this bad time for you, and how you can now teach people to overcome any situation. So thank you so much,
Yes,
Rezia, for your
fantastic.
time. We appreciate a lot what you do, and this is just the beginning, because I believe after this interview we should be doing like the tip of the week.
Yeah,
with
tip
Rezia.
of the week. I love that, tip of the week.
I love it.
We're gonna have you regularly to do a tip.
No problem. I'm here.
We love it. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your great work.
Oh, you're
You're
welcome.
one of the most important people for people's well-being, because without all your tips and coaching, people are going to die early. They're going to have heart attacks. They're going to
Yeah.
have so many problems. So this is number one for preventive medicine, is everything that you shared, and we need to let more people know about it all the time.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And one thing I always tell people is learn how to talk to your doctor, because that's the biggest thing that would help preventative medicine. Once you know how to learn to talk to your doctor and know what blood tests and how to read it, that's one of the biggest things to know what to do and how to eat and how to do stuff, especially as an entrepreneur and a business owner. Trust me, God knows.
All right. Enjoy your weekend. We appreciate you tremendously.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rezia. See you next time.
See you next time.
Yes.
Take care.
Bye.
And for everybody that is watching this show today, we are very happy because now we're going to be presenting the show again every week.
Yes.
We're starting our new season with new elements, new guests, successful people like always, but new content that is going to help you to improve in different levels of your life. Thank you so much. And before we leave, I want to make 3 announcements. Number 1, that we're going to be in San Francisco, California this August 19th, presenting our extravaganza Women Business Expo and Conferences. It's going to be a total success event. Like always, a lot of people is doing the registration. We expect over 1,000 people so far. It's going to be our first time in San Francisco, and we're very excited. So if you want to be part of this event, you still have a chance. We're going to share the information on the screen where you can look up for more information. The registration is free. No cost of them. Wake up, Al. No more coffee for you.
Free. I thought it was 2 for 1.
No, that's free. That's free. The second announcement that in October, we're going to have 2 big events.
2.
One is going to be in Dallas.
Oh, I love Dallas. And
Hello, wake
Puerto
up.
Rico.
Thank you, Puerto Rico. And what is going to be in Puerto Rico?
It's the Global Trade Chamber annual trade convention. So we're going to bring entrepreneurs, leaders, government officials to Puerto Rico for a 4-day convention that's going to include conferences by incredible people like our guest today. We're going to have matchmaking where people are going to get to talk to other people one-to-one and build relationships which turn into business. Obviously, business starts with a relationship.
And one of the best activities is going to be the
Tour.
awards. Oh, well, the awards.
I'm just going to go to the tour.
We're going to be recognizing successful people in global trade, whatever is your sector, but you are doing business with other countries. This event is for you. You want to stop doing just local business and you want to think about doing business with other countries. This event is for you. Don't miss this event, October 24th in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And of course, like I said, we're going to have also a beautiful tour in the Viejo San Juan. So everybody's going to love that experience. You cannot miss the same. The information is going to be on the screen. you can visit the website and check all the different opportunities that we have for you.
And remember, you are what you eat.
I like it. You are what you eat.
You
Thank
are
you.
what you eat.
Now I have to eat better. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next time. Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.